Finding your life's purpose is something that's really close to my heart, because when we discover it, we gain a sense of direction, fulfillment, and meaning. It's that deep knowing that what we're doing is exactly what we're meant to be doing. But for so many of us, finding that purpose feels impossible. Why? Because there are barriers standing in our way. One of the biggest obstacles? Fear. The fear of uncertainty, the fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough. We let fear hold us back from stepping out in faith, from pursuing our dreams, and from being true to who God created us to be. But listen to this, 2 Timothy 1:7 tells us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear but of power and of love and of a sound mind." God never intended for fear to control our lives. And yet we stay in our comfort zones because we think it's safer. But the truth is, playing it safe is actually what's holding us back. Then there's societal pressure. From a young age, we're told to follow a specific path. Get a good job, make a certain amount of money, live a certain way. And without realizing it, we start chasing a version of success that isn't even our own. But what does the Bible say? Galatians 6:4-5 reminds us, "Each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone, without comparing themselves to someone else." When we live for the approval of others, we miss out on the unique calling God has for us. And then, there's self-doubt. We doubt our abilities, our talents, our worth. We tell ourselves we're not smart enough, not skilled enough, not good enough to pursue the things God has placed on our hearts. But let me ask you something. Do you really think God would place a calling inside of you and then not equip you to fulfill it? Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Your past, your mistakes, your insecurities, none of it disqualifies you from God's plan. So how do we move forward? How do we step into the purpose God has for us? First, seek God's guidance. Your purpose isn't something you have to figure out on your own, it's something you discover by seeking Him. Matthew chapter 6 verse 33 tells us, "But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." When you put God first, He aligns everything else. Second, take the first step. So many of us wait for the perfect moment, but the truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. You just have to start. James chapter 2 verse 26 says, "Faith without works is dead." God honors movement. Even if it's just a small step, take it. Trust that He will lead you the rest of the way. And third, surround yourself with the right people. Who you listen to matters. The voices in your life can either push you forward or hold you back. Find people who will encourage you, pray for you, and remind you of the calling God has placed on your life. One of the most powerful moments for me was when I realized that my purpose wasn't about achieving a certain status or making a lot of money. It was about living a life that honors God and impacts others. And that's what I want to leave you with today. Your purpose isn't about worldly success. It's about obedience to God. It's about using what He's given you to make a difference. So, I want to challenge you right now. Take the first step. Spend time reflecting on what makes you come alive, what excites you, what brings you joy. But more importantly, seek God first. Trust Him to guide you, because here's the truth. God created you with a purpose, and He is not finished with you yet. If this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What's been holding you back from stepping into your purpose? Let's support and encourage each other on this journey. And if this blessed you today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more faith-filled content. Remember, God's plan for your life is greater than anything you could ever imagine. So step forward in faith, your purpose is waiting.